Charlie Donnelly was born into an era of war and revolution. He came of age in Ireland that had fought a struggle for independence, seen a civil war and been partitioned. Connolly's prediction of a carnival of reaction made real. Charlie Donnelly was born in July 1914 at Killybrackey, near Dungannon. He was the eldest son of Joseph Donnelly, a cattle dealer and shopkeeper. In 1917, the family moved to Dundalk, where Charlie began his education at the Christian Brothers.
We've gone to fight the fascists at the Civil War in Spain. Hitler sent the bombers, Mussolini sent big guns. The church sent curses on their daughters and their sons. The people armed with sticks and stones.
81 years ago, at the outbreak of the Spanish Civil War, Charlie Donnelly was able to see Franco for what he was and what he would become. Despite his young years, he was wise enough to understand that Franco, Mussolini, Hitler and their fellow travellers represented an existential threat, a life and death threat to religious minorities, to trade unionists, to socialists, to communists, to anarchists, to the LGBT community, to the disabled. They represented a threat to anybody that did not fit into their very narrow definition of normal. They represented a threat to the interests of the working class, and they represented a threat to all forms of human progress.
Francie McCann, on behalf of Friends of the International Brigade Ireland, Eva Montero, on behalf of La Asociación de Amigos de las Brigadas Internacionales, Councillor Barry Monteith, Manu Castro on behalf of Riba Vasio Madrid Council, Councillor Paul Bell on behalf of Louth County Council, Councillor Kieran Perry from Dublin City Council, Monas O'Riordan, the International Brigade Memorial Trust, Nancy Wallach, the Abraham Lincoln Brigade Archives, Ada on the Pier, Anti-Fascist Action, Linda Walker, the Communist Party of Ireland, Jim Slavin on behalf of the 1916 Societies, Patricia Campbell on behalf of the Independent Workers' Union, Brian Leeson on behalf of Éire.
So we're gathered here today in a town with a long tradition of rebellion, plotting and active resistance to the status quo. Charlie Donnelly comes from that proud tradition. So too to his International Brigade comrades, Ben Murray and Joe Boyd, both from the Protestant tradition and equally fuelled by a burning sense of indignation and injustice when faced with social, economic and political inequality.
He said imperialism, as the name of his book, is the highest stage of capitalism. It's not a policy of individual politicians. It's not some moral aberration in individual US presidents or Trumps or anything else. It's a level of development of capitalism. And when the capitalism, as it develops at different stages, has different characteristics. And at its highest or latest stage of development, imperialism is the name that's given to it.
On this basis, neoconservatism devised different strategies based where necessary on different alliances for every region to make the world safe for uninhibited capitalist exploitation.
But underpinning all of that is the remorseless strive for profits of the transnational corporations and monopoly capital, whose creatures are these various governments, whose creatures are the United States government, who's the British government, the EU. We're conditioned in this country to believe north and south that the EU is some kind of a glorified social democratic Disneyland for evidence for the best and the best of all possible worlds.
Today, outsourcing is at the heart of corporate globalisation and is a central part of neoliberalism and imperialism.
We've governments, political parties here, we think it's great. They don't call it imperialism, they call it foreign direct investment.
And while Brexit poses and will continue to pose challenges as well as opportunities for our people north and south, The negotiations on Brexit will further expose the marginalised situation of the people of the 6 counties and how little sovereignty the Southern Irish state has left.
They fought to make us equal, to bring back the rich man's gains, and they died in bloody trenches at the civil war in Spain.
Concede anything to the Unionists except partition, and concede anything to the church except education. And maybe where we went wrong is that we conceded partition to the Unionists and education to the church.
I believe that the majority of people are genuinely concerned about their fellow human beings. I don't accept that they're racist at heart. They may have racist views at this moment in time.
And the core every day of my work is immigration. And believe me, the working class is consciously or unconsciously at this point racist. And we are deluding ourselves that it is not. We are deluding ourselves that it is not. It's not ideologically racist. Working people are not ideologically racist.
Hopefully people will think about, do the left genuinely represent the people they would wish to? Do they genuinely relate to the people they would wish to? Do they see the same difficulties that people in working class communities see? And whether people agree or disagree with me, the very fact that people are even thinking about this, I think, is a positive.
Now, this gentleman here says we've been co-opted, which is interesting because you're here. Then let me tell you something that you need to know now. The revolution ain't white. The revolution will not be white. So anybody here that's thinking of leading it, miss the boat. Miss the boat.
The word populist shouldn't be used as a term of abuse. I want to be a populist. I want my politics to be popular. It's when during the anti-drugs movement, people called us vigilantes because of whatever the necessary actions that went on. And some people spent a long time denying the label. When if you look up the definition of vigilante, it basically means vigilant for your community. So the likes of us should be proud to be vigilantes. We should be proud to be populist. It doesn't mean we're changing our politics. It means our politics are becoming popular.
But the means of production of wealth in our republic needs to be publicly owned. It needs to be democratically owned.
And the civil war in Spain.
And if you don't know your principles from your tactics, you don't know your ass from your elbow, and you never build a republic.
If you want, call it what you want, but it is back among us. And Charlie Donnelly's battle is not finished yet, and it's up to each and every one of us. The best memorial we can build to the Brigaders and Charlie Donnelly is bring about the society and bring about the social framework of people's lives that is conducive to freedom.
Charlie Donnelly, Killybrackey, grew up in Dundalk town. His fighting spirit wouldn't let him put his rifle down. They fought to make